talking about how to pick a research topic. And this is a very important thing. I mean, tackling your research, addressing a specific topic, it's very overwhelming sometimes. Again, but don't worry, we'll look into it in small steps to help choose a specific topic that excites you, and hopefully it's something practical as well. Let's start with think about what excites you. What are you interested about? What do you have passion about? What are you passionate about? Again, research takes time and commitment. So picking a topic you're genuinely interested in is the key. So have some examples again in your domain. Let's give you an example. If you're in pharmacy, explore, for example, drug delivery systems, the impact on pharmacies, on supply chains. If you're in engineering, think about renewable energy. It's exciting, autonomous cars as well. If you're in computer science, think about AI, blockchain, robotics. All these are exciting topics for almost everybody. And if it excites you as well, dig deeper. So that's step one. Once you do so, write down 2, 3, 4 areas that genuinely interest you to get you started within that specific topic. So step one, pick something that excites you, something that's interesting around us. Step two, write down some interesting areas under that specific topic. Now we have to narrow it down. Narrow down your interest by looking at specific problems, gaps in those areas. And gaps is a big word that you will hear again and again. So this is where you find inspiration for impactful research. For example, let's say in pharmacy, is there a gap on how specific drugs are tested on diverse populations? In engineering, could existing renewable energy be optimized? Could it be? So I'm asking this question. Again, we don't know. Maybe we could explore it more. In computer science could be, is there a need for an ethical framework for AI, for example? All these are questions that typically don't have immediate answers. They're not yes or no questions. They're questions that require exploration. They require literature. You need to read research papers in order to explore them more, where you could hopefully find gaps and eventually narrowing these gaps into a better research questions. So think about how the topic aligns with your goals and resources. Again, if you're applying, let's say you're doing this capstone as part of an honors program, then you need to go back to the original goals. Why am I doing it? I'm doing it because I want to target a global issue. If this is a capstone part of your degree, like in computer science, again, I'm doing it so that I have something that I could showcase in my resume, and I would apply all the learning tools that I have been taught in other courses. So ask yourself, do I have access to the data or resources I need for this specific project? And this is where we talk about feasibility. Is the topic feasible within the time I have? Again, if you're working on a healthcare application that requires healthcare data, maybe it's not very practical in 3 months to do it because you need access to patient information, X-rays, MRIs, whatever that is. So you need to maybe simulate a scenario where the data sets could be possible, available. Finally, once we did all these, we need to refine our idea. Once I kind of ask myself these questions, is it feasible? Is it interesting? Is it relevant to what I'm doing? All these questions that we need to ask. Again, is it ethical? Is it novel? By finding the gaps in the literature, we refine our idea, we validate it with some supervisor of yours, some expert, share your thoughts, ask for feedback, adjust again and again. It's a cycle until you are able to focus your topic on something specific and actionable. These are two very important words. It's very specific, and I could take actions upon. For instance, again, instead of saying, I want to work on AI, you might refine it to say, I want to develop an AI model to predict customer behavior in an e-commerce application, for example. Very clear, very focused, and definitely feasible. So try to narrow down your topics into more actionable and specific questions. Again, a step-by-step guide is very important to follow. Pick your general topic, narrow it down, do some literature, find the gaps in order to justify the novelty behind it or the need for it. Because once you find the gaps, your job is to fill in these gaps. And finally, hopefully refine your question to make it more feasible, specific, and actionable. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.